The call came at 2:17 a.m. I remember the time because I was awake, staring at the ceiling, listening to the house breathe without her in it. Unknown member. I let it ring once, twice. Then I answered. "Is this her husband?" The voice was careful, trained, a voice that had delivered bad news before and learned how to soften it without meaning to. Yes. There was a pause, paper shuffling, a breath. "There's been an accident." I didn't ask who. I already knew. 3 years ago, my wife left me for her ex-lover, the man she swore was just a closed chapter. She walked out with a suitcase and a look that said relief, not regret. Since then, silence had been our only communication. Clean, final, until now. "They were hit on the highway," the voice continued. "He didn't make it." I waited. "And your wife survived?" "Barely." My chest didn't tighten. My hands didn't shake. All I felt was something old stirring, like a locked room reopening. "She's asking for you," the voice said. That's when I smiled. Not because I was happy, because I finally understood why fate had waited this long to dial my number. When she left me, she said she needed to be honest with herself, a phrase people use when they're about to burn someone else's life down and call it growth. She told me she had reconnected with him months ago, that they'd always had unfinished emotions, that marrying me had been a mistake born from comfort. Comfort, as if love were furniture. I remember nodding while she spoke, listening, calculating, watching how easily she rewrote our history in real time, how she avoided my eyes when she said his name, like guilt might still be contagious. She didn't cry. She hugged me like an old colleague. Then she left. For 3 years, I rebuilt myself in silence. New routines, new walls. No stalking, no begging, no dramatic texts at midnight. I told myself I had moved on, but that night, after the call, I realized something colder. I had been waiting. At the hospital, she looked smaller, fragile, a cast on her leg, bruises blooming across her face like consequences. Her eyes filled when she saw me. "I knew you'd come," she whispered. I didn't correct her. She reached for my hand. I let her hold it. Inside, my mind was already 10 steps ahead. Recovery takes time. Dependence takes faster. She couldn't walk, couldn't drive, couldn't sleep without medication or reassurance, and no one else came. His family blamed her. Her friends disappeared. So she came home with me. I cooked, I cleaned, I drove her to therapy, I listened to her cry about nightmares where metal screamed and glass exploded, and the man she loved died again and again. She talked about him like he was a tragedy. She talked about me like I was a solution. At night, while she slept, I watched her phone charge on the nightstand. I didn't touch it. I didn't need to. The truth leaks when people think they're safe. Old emails surfaced on shared cloud accounts she forgot to log out of. Medical records listed an emergency contact, his name, dated months before she left me. Not spontaneous, planned. I requested archived phone logs from our old provider. Nothing illegal, just patience and paperwork. Dates lined up, hotel stays, joint payments. She hadn't just gone back to him, she had never really left him. I remained gentle, reliable, silent. I learned the rhythm of her guilt, when it spiked, when it faded, when she started calling me home again. One afternoon, I placed a folder on the table in front of her. She frowned. "What's this?" "Something I found," I said calmly. Inside were printouts, emails, dates, photos, a timeline. Her breath caught halfway through page 3. "I can explain." "I know," I said. "That's why I don't need you to." She looked up at me, eyes wide, face drained of color. "You knew all this time?" "Yes." Her mouth opened, closed. The room went quiet in a way that felt permanent. "You let me come back," she whispered. "You took care of me." I nodded. Her voice broke. "Why?" I leaned back. "Because I wanted you strong enough to understand." She cried then, real crying, ugly, uncontrolled. "I lost everything," she said. "Him, my life. I thought I thought you were my second chance. I stood, walked to the door. I said without turning around. 3 years ago. She tried to get up, failed, reached for me with shaking hands. Please, I have no one. I looked at her, really looked, and felt nothing. I already took care of you, I said, just like you asked. I slid an envelope on the table. Inside was a notice, prearranged, legal, clean. Transfer of responsibility to a long-term care service, signed, paid for. You'll be fine, I added. I made sure of it. Her sobs turned to disbelief. You're abandoning me. No, I said softly. I'm finishing this. I walked out before she could say my name again. Outside, the air felt lighter, sharper. For the first time in years, I wasn't carrying her choices on my back. Some people think revenge needs fire. They're wrong. Sometimes it's just clarity. She lost a lover, then she lost a refuge, and finally she lost the illusion that I was still hers. I didn't win her back, I didn't destroy her, I simply removed myself from her future, and that was the most precise ending possible.